I'm either going to do the last show in June, which means you just won't get the last other Thursday in June, or the last show will be July the 12th. At this point in time, it will probably be July the 12th, but I could change my mind at any time and go through it. I don't even want to do that show and forget it, because I'm not trying to pay these people for days that I'm not using, is the point I'm trying to make. So we'll have to try to play it by ear and go from there. And for those individuals that do have my cell phone number, if I haven't told you, let me tell you now, do not, and I mean it, do not give anybody my goddamn cell phone number without conferring with my ass first. Excuse my language, but that shit kind of pisses me off. Within the last 2 weeks, now I don't have a problem with the people that have called. That's not my concern about the people that have called and what they were talking about. They were very pleasant individuals, but in the last 14 days, I've had at least 4 different people telephone my cell phone number, talking about they got my phone number from so-and-so or they got my phone number from so-and-so. I could have swore I told these individuals, not on the air, but on these phone calls, please do not disclose my cell phone number to anyone. That is my private number. I don't want that out there as a public disclosure, even though there's not a whole lot of secrets out there. I mean, people that really want to find out about you can find out everything about you. It's on the Internet, to tell you the God's honest truth. I think the United States Postal Service is selling people's addresses is what I'm starting to think, especially if you got P.O. boxes. But the information is out there, but there are people that's like, who's this? Oh, hi, so-and-so. You don't know me. My name is so-and-so. I got your number from such and such. I've asked individuals repeatedly to please contact me first. Run this scenario or situation by me, run this person by me, or put them on the phone with me 3-way before you give anybody my phone number. If I tell you, yes, you can give this person my phone number, then you have the green light to give that person my phone number. Otherwise, give anybody and everybody else the public phone number that's out there on the website, 213-928-6155 is a public number for anybody anywhere in the world or in outer space or inside the planet to call me. I will talk to anyone that calls that number. I have no problem with that. I will not tolerate individuals disclosing my private cell phone number without notifying me first. I'm warning everybody. If that shit continues, see, because I don't have no problem, I will change my phone number and will not call anybody except those people that matter the most and give them my phone number, which means everybody will be without it. And I don't want to go there, because I'm cool with people. I like talking to my listeners. I really do. But I don't like listeners that don't listen to me. When I ask you to get my permission before you give away my personal private cell phone number, that's exactly and precisely what I expect you to do. One of the things that's a problem with it is because people call and they usually need advice or they want suggestions about something, and what they're inquiring about is stuff that they don't really have enough information on, and they haven't listened to the show at all. They've heard of me, they saw a YouTube or two or something to this effect, but they're not caught up enough for me to really spend a lot of time on my cell phone talking to them. Now, I can talk to you all day on the Magic Jack. I don't like talking to people all day on my cell phone because my cell phone is for people that I talk to regularly. And some of those are listeners, most of those are relatives, and definitely my comrades. And a lot of my listeners have become my comrades. And I do tell you who to give my number to. I told a brother just the other day, he said, I want to, a brother called and woke me up and he wanted to talk about something. I said, well, you should have told him to call me. I'll be up. He said, I didn't know it was okay to give him the number. I said, you can give him my number. Don't give it to anybody else. And then he contacted me back and said, okay, this is my brother in Georgia. Okay, Sister Yaffa, I gave the brother your number. So there are people that I don't mind talking to any time of day or night. They're kind of caught up. They're doing their due diligence. But I get kind of annoyed when I have to hang on the cell phone because, for one thing, the damn thing gets hot in your ear, okay? When I have to hang on the cell phone for hours on end trying to explain something to somebody because they haven't heard this show, they haven't heard that show, they haven't seen this tube, they haven't seen that tube, which means they're like a babe in the water. I don't want babes in the water on my cell phone too much. That's what that other phone number is for. People that call my cell phone, they are on point, caught up to snuff, ready to go. Okay, now I'm proud of the way half the damn show, so let me stop right there. Just don't do it, because I will call in an instant without any notification or any warning, and I will have that number disconnected, and then I will only call certain people in my phone database and give them the new number. And everybody just be asked out there trying to get a hold of me on the Magic Jack and hoping for the best, especially if I get rid of the email and all of that. It's just not going to happen. So Lady Ma called me on a different note before I get into the show, and she was telling me something that was very interesting today. And this kind of goes to what we talk about. She said, see, nigga, that's why I like calling you, because talking to you is like talking to myself. And sometimes I like talking to myself because you always get. See, that's me. I like talking to people to get it. I don't like to have to explain. And when I do, I want to be on the Magic Jack when I do that. Anyway, she called and said, sis, peep this. There is a European, or what people erroneously identify as white person, who has spent so much time in the tanning booths, and she gave me the lady's name, I think, but I forgot the lady's name. She said, if you look at this woman, sis, she looks just like us in the complexion. She is copper-colored and blonde, but she's European. She's been in the tanning booth so much that she has become copper-colored. She's become brown. Now, she was arrested because someone misunderstood her child who said, yeah, I went to the tanning booth with my mom. Now, I don't know if the baby is one of these that burns easily or whatever. I guess she got sunburned from the sun or something. I don't know what the deal was. I haven't read this story or seen it because I'm not on the Internet. And Lady Ma, that wasn't the point she was trying to make, but the point I'm trying to make is this. This woman got arrested and was thrown in jail because it was said that her child had gone into the tanning booth with her, which is not at all what actually occurred. That did not happen. She went to the tanning salon with her mother, but did not go into the tanning booth with her mother, but she was accused of having the child in the tanning booth with her, and for that she went to jail. And when Lady Ma told me that, I said, oh, okay, so what they're saying to me is, you want to look like a nigga, so we're going to treat you like one. She said, see, sis, that's what I like talking to you. You always get it. That's what I'm talking about. I said, yeah, what they're saying is you don't like looking at like us. You want to look like them, so we're going to treat you like them. Because at the end of the day, there's no reason why an individual should go to jail and be incarcerated because their child went into a tanning booth. My thing is, whatever happened to staff coming and saying, excuse me, ma'am, we're sorry, but your child can't be in here? That's procedure number one. And if it's a problem where it's some kind of illegal thing, then whatever happened to a warning? If the police had to show up, whatever happened to a citation, a fine, a ticket? But you get thrown in jail. Now, Lady Ma went on to tell me about the comments that were left on the Internet under articles about this and the picture of it. Now, Ma said the sister looked, when I say sister, I'm a female, the female looked a lot older than she was. I said, well, that's probably because she spent too much time under the heat lamp, despite the fact that she's got her brown complexion going. And a bunch of erroneously identified as white or so-called white people left real horrendous comments about, oh, my God, she's ugly, and she looks horrible, and, well, I'm white, and I'm proud to be white, and I'm proud of my snow-white skin, and, you know, just a lot of irrelevant comments. And I said, see, why is it that these people that everybody keeps calling white always make every goddamn thing about them? You know, and always say, see, black people always make everything about color. No, So-called black people don't make everything about color. So-called white people make everything about goddamn color. Because the issue is, why was this woman thrown in jail? Because her child was misunderstood to have been in the tanning booth as opposed to being at the tanning salon. That is the issue at the end of the day, and that is the point of concern. And my concern is, any employee could have said, oh, we're sorry, ma'am, your daughter cannot be in here with you. Like Lady Ma said, unless they just thought she was a nigga and had blonde hair and that this wasn't her child. But either way, none of the comments addressed the point of concern, which was her child being accused of being inside the tanning booth, which is clearly an error and did not take place, and her being thrown in jail because of it. Since when did a child being in a tanning booth with you become an arrestable matter? That is the point of contention. And all of these so-called white people, damn near every single comment that was made out there was all about being white and proud and loving their white skin. And in other words, she thinks she want to be a nigger fucker and whatever, excuse my language. But the case is, when did it become about you? What does your being white and proud have to do with her being thrown in jail because of a misunderstanding? But what they've done is, even though this is a so-called white woman, because she no longer looks so-called white, they have thrown her in the pot with the enemy, and they make all these irrelevant comments that don't have shit to do with shit. Her going to jail don't have a goddamn thing to do with these people being white and proud to be white and loving their lily white or milk white skin. It's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. I don't know what it's going to take for those people to wake up and pull their asses out of their milkiness, which really is a rosiness, because most of them are not milk white or lily white or any other kind of goddamn white. If you ever see a goddamn white person, you might want to run, because that's somebody that would look at, that goes back to that movie. There's a movie out years ago called Powder, and it showed a so-called milk lily white albino and how pissed poorly he was treated by everyone, including a bunch of so-called white people. So you can't have it both ways, where you are totally hostile toward people that are so damn white, and then you're hostile toward people that are so-called white but get brown because they sunbathe too long or suntan too long, and then they have melanotan coming out anyway. So I don't know what's going on, but I just thought that was an interesting little tidbit. And Bob was like, sis, every single comment, damn near every single, not one of them was about her being arrested. Not one of them was about the error in judgment, and it wasn't that her child was not at all inside the tanning booth with her. Damn near every comment out there was about being white and proud and white and proud. It's like, these are some motherfuckers that are delusional. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them. They need to wake the hell up and pull their asses out of the milk, because that shit ain't going to fly, especially if these two sons keep kicking like they kicking. That goddamn lily whiteness is going to get your ass kicked and killed, seriously. Because like everybody keeps trying to warn these people, the sun is trying to kill them. The sun is trying to kill them. So that should tell you something, okay? Nature is turning on these people that are so-called white. You got spider attacks and bee attacks and shark attacks and bear attacks and mountain lion attacks, and hell, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if they walked through the woods too tough and the damn trees started falling on their asses. I don't know what the problem is, and I'm not trying to be funny here. I'm just saying, people that want to make every damn thing about color and then turn their delusion on other people, that it ain't even all about color with those people, but you make it about color. Now we're going to use this color. I'm getting back into the point of the call. We're going to use this color to our advantage. Because like Brother Tariq Day says, everybody want to be a goddamn crayon in a color crayon box instead of being goddamn people walking around here. So, a lot of people have been raped, murdered, arrested, almost like that movie A Time to Kill. It's about this, what was this cat's name that played in it?